Lacrosse, dating back to 11, is America's oldest team sport. It originated with the Haudenosaunee Iroquois in regions that are now New York and parts of Canada. Initially, it was a social event and sometimes played to resolve disputes. Early lacrosse games involved 100 to over 1,000 men using wooden sticks with net baskets or pockets and small deer hide wrapped balls. Deer CNU form nets. The games, played on boundless fields spanning miles, could last for days. Lacrosse was integral to Native American culture, says Joe Finn from the National Lacrosse Hall of Fame and Museum. It was a preparation for war, a social event for trade and sport, and a means to settle disputes. Oral traditions describe the first lacrosse game between birds and mammals. Some Native Americans believe the sport was a gift from the Creator for enjoyment and medicine. Neil Pallis from the Onondaga Nation, and a former professional player, emphasizes the sport's significance. In the Haudenosaunee creation story, one version involves a young woman and a chief from the sky world. Europeans in lacrosse, a lacrosse player saves her by diving through a multiverse tear, leading to their union on Earth. Lacrosse is part of our creation, identity, and who we are, says Pallis. We believe our ancestors play with us in Sky World. French missionaries in Quebec in the 1600s first saw Native Americans playing the game. They named it lacrosse because the sticks resembled the bishop's cross used in religious ceremonies. Early Native Americans played barefoot with no equipment and loose rules. Europeans later formalized the sport, which evolved in Canada, becoming the national sport in 1859. George Beers, a Montreal dentist, wrote the first rule book in 1867 and took a team of white and First Nation players to England, where they played before Queen Victoria. The Queen described the game as very pretty to watch and noted its significant running. Lacrosse is medicine. Haudenosaunee communities still play ceremonial medicine games to heal the sick. The Onondaga hold an annual spring game with participants of all ages. Players show up with no pads or equipment, just wooden sticks, says Paulus. Teams are determined by clan, house, or age with no timekeepers, penalties, or referees. Lacrosse isn't just a game, it's medicine, Paulus says. It heals people, touching the spirit and soul. Modern lacrosse and other facts. John Flannery established lacrosse in the U.S. in 1879, founding the U.S. National Amateur Lacrosse Association, known as the fastest game on 2 feet. Contemporary lacrosse involves players using sticks with netting to catch, carry, pass, and shoot a small rubber ball into the opposing goal. The first women's game was in Scotland in 1890, and the first American women's team formed in 1926. Lacrosse appeared in the Olympics in 1904 and 1908, and as an exhibition sport in 1928, 1936, and 1948 it gained full recognition from the International Olympic Committee in 2021, paving the way for a potential return in 2028. Mass-produced lighter and easier to handle plastic and metal sticks in the late 1960s and early 1970s sped up the game and increased scoring. However, the spirit of the game remains paramount. The Thompson brothers, professional lacrosse players from the Onondaga Nation, emphasize playing for the Creator and not for the name on the jersey. We aim for a good game. The score will be whatever it will be, and we will do our best, they say.